never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gonna do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes.
Hey guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is This is What If Deku was from a sealed off universe, part 0. So let's, before we begin our story, let's do, some, background check on everything that I have going on for this What If that needs to know, like, straight off the bat. So let me just get to my photos. Sorry, guys. Oops. Okay. Okay, Izuku, his, how his quirk works is his base form, when he activates his quirk, is Frieza's final form, so it would be this one. Then he'll later unlock the second form. Then he'll, I'll figure out how he gets golden. And, what else I need? And I'm placing this universe in Universe 13. The sealed off universe from DBZ. So it's in the Dragon Ball Z universe. So I have a couple ideas I want to implement in the story. As this is the God of Destruction, Anubis, older brother of Barris. This is just my own character made, so. And, this is the, I know there's, not sure if it's a fan manga, or it's, canon stuff, but there is, I read a couple of things on the internet that, about the mother of all angels, but this is my version of her, my own creation, so, I might take a couple motives in there within this character, but they're completely different characters, so, there's that. I'm going to reuse Yuna because it's an easy name to remember, and I'm not about to pronounce the actual character's name from the manga or fan manga, I'm not totally sure, but yeah, no, I'm not doing that, so Yuna it is, so. Yeah, she's, married to the Grand Priest. There's that. And let me see what else I can get by here. There's that, and yeah, that's pretty much about it, I think. So as we start off our story in where all the angels, preside in their meeting, as they're all arguing, as Yuna's like, "Don't you see, children? Don't you see that humans are a threat that needs to be eradicated? All intelligent life should be, purged from every galaxy. They're too repulsive, destructive creatures." As, everyone's arguing. As, the angels are, so, they don't agree with this plan. As Barris is getting, irritated, as, he's twitching a little bit. As Anubis just has his, hands behind his back, standing up, just staring, like he doesn't care. As Barris, and, Anubis is, Barris' older brother. As Barris, he doesn't really care, but, he doesn't like the, he's not about to like what, Yuna's about to say. And the fact that we follow a spoiled child directions, it's laughable. As she begins to mouth, Zeno. As Barris, as Barris charges, Mother dearest to all the angels, as before he could get anywhere close to, Barris, or, close to Yuna, Anubis acts as he elbows him in the back of the head, as he falls to the ground, as he kicks him across, the room. As Barris goes out, as, all the other angels calming their destruction gods, their students down. As that's happening, as we cut to Anubis, teacher, orders, like, what do you want me to do here? And she's like, it pains me, but they're not going to see reason. Kill them all. As, she sits down and drinking some, tea. As soon as, Champa, as Anubis powers up, as he, powers up to a decent amount. No, never mind. He doesn't power up. He rushes one of the other angels, or, one of the destruction gods. Let's say it doesn't really matter. As he rushes, as, Choppa comes and tries to punch, Anubis. Anubis dodges, gets behind him, as he blasts him in the back, as he goes flying towards where Bears is. As, Bears is like, damn it. As Trump was like, I hate you, brother, but we're not going to win this if we don't work together. As Bears like, as they're kind of forced to work out. As Bears scoffs. It's like, fine, chubby. What's the plan? As as they as they gather a small strategy plan, as they blast towards Anubis. Anubis has his hands behind his back, like like a boss. As Champa and Barris throws some key blasts at at Anubis, as he simply does a 1-2 kick, kicks him out of the way, as the room is like pretty messed up. As he just sits there, as they come and rush him, as they try to, they're trying to, fight him, as, they're throwing punches and kicks, as he still has his hands behind his back, as he's just dodging them, tripping them when he can with his tail. Yeah, I think Barris has a tail. I'm not totally sure on that. Let me pause it real fast. Okay, I'm back, guys. Yeah, Barris just has a tail. As, he dodges out of the way, as he grabs, Beerus with his tail around his wrist, as he slings him to Champa, as they both headbutt each other. As, there's that. As he takes his hands, as he's, as he tells both of them in the face, as they go flying outside the building, the room, whatever, as he's walking outside, just walking towards Bears, and the other destruction gods are trying to interfere, but he's just, swiping them away like they were trash. As Anubis starts talking, you should have went along with your, the mother angel, my teacher. This would have all been avoided, but Beerus, Champa, you're such a disappointment. Die. Hakai. As, as he's about to Hakai, both his brothers. as you know, the grand priest grabs the Hakai energy ball and crushes it. As he's like, no, that's quite enough of that. As he appears in front of, Anubis and flicks him in the forehead. As he goes flying into a wall, into the building right next to Yuna. As he's like, dear wife, what is this all about? As she's like, what do you think it's about? It's your assert idea to protect especially the human race. As he's like, those are my orders. Those came from Grand Zeno. As she just laughs, saying, what? It's laughable that you follow orders from a baby. As you know, as the Grand Priest, I really don't know his name. I'm just gonna refer him to the Grand Priest. As he knocks his staff into the ground. He's like, watch your tone. Watch your tone. Show proper respect to our, to the Army King. As she gets up, we'll see. As she, Anubis, get up. We're leaving. Mark my word, husband. I won't let this go. As they teleport out. And she's like, oh dear. I have a feeling she's not going to give up on this. As we cut to, we cut to her universe at her own place. As they go through, as he's going through, he's not really hurt that bad. He just got bodied pretty fast. As she's like, how injured are you? Not very, teacher. It's, it's nothing. Good. What is the next step? It's simple. It's simple, Anubis. We're going to kill the Hobby King. As we're going to time skip, a couple years. As she's gathered some recruits from, I'm just going to pop in some demon realm stuff. So, she got recruits from the demon world. So, there's that. So, I'm not going to go into that, but as, the chance to knock off the Army King, the person that rules the demon realm, he's curious. Or she, I don't know. Let's continue. As everyone is like, in meeting with the Zena, with the Grand Priest, with Yuna's there too. As they're kneeling down. So as Anubis. As someone comes rushing in as we're being attacked. Grand Zeno. Demons. As several of the demon kind come popping out as they're throwing blasts and the most powerful ones at least. But they're like nothing until the angels, so there's that. So, as they're rushing over there, as everyone's, panicking, as Anubis and Yuna, as they both in sequence Hakai, as they try to Hakai Senna. As Senna, sees it, as he smiles, as he taps it when it gets close, as it shrinks into a little ball, as he crushes it in his little hands, as he vaporizes all the demons. As Grand Priest Zeno, my apologies, my apologies for my wife. you know, she doesn't know what she's doing. As Zeno's like, quiet. Like in a kid's voice, quiet. As she, you know, she's trembling because, you know, she didn't realize he was that powerful. And she's like, you know, you're being very mean. I think you need to go to timeout. As, you know, as she's like, what? As, you know, everyone disappears onto, you know, her universe. As she's like, huh. As they're placed in the universe, you know, doesn't really matter in space. And she's like, you could come out when you're not being a bad kid. As you know, he begins sealing the universe itself. As you know, Zeno's like, Grand Priest is like, you have nothing but to blame for yourself. As she's like, I will get you for this, I swear it. As he's like, I highly doubt it. You're not going to escape from this. You're lucky that our master, you know, King Zeno, you know, shows mercy just to seal you up. Instead of, you know, eradicating your little toy there. Your little student there. I don't know if Zeno could... I don't think Zeno could destroy... I really don't know if angels work that way where Zeno could destroy Angel. Let's just say he can't. For right now. Let's get the ball rolling for this story. As they begin to lock them up, as you know, they go back, you know, do their own thing, and they've been locked up for a while. As you know, they see, you know, as they see a planet, it's Earth, it's primitive, like in a dinosaur age. She's furious that she, you know, they're about to destroy the planet. As she's furious about their wanting to protect, you know, humankind and, you know, other sentient life forms. As, you know, they're in front of the planet, as Anubis is about to, you know, destroy it. As she stops him with her staff. No, I have a better idea. As she smiles, as she's like, oh, this is going to be a lot more better. It's going to be irony, actually. As, you know, what's, you know, like, what do you mean? As she whispers it in his ear, as, you know, he smiles a little bit. As he's like, he's like, yes, master. Good. We need to find, we need to observe this wonderful planet with these wonderful life forms. This planet must be protected at all costs. Do you understand? Yes. Yes, teacher. Good. Now we need as she's thinking of a perfect species, as she's already accumulated a plan already. So she's like, huh, I got it. The frost demons. They're the most powerful species out there when it comes to mortals. As she goes, you know, she goes to the frost planet, as, you know, their cooler hasn't been born yet, so, you know, it's still too early for them, so, you know. So as she, you know, she goes through the centuries after spying on both planets. As where Cooler came in power, he's in it. Yeah, I forgot to mention this, but Cooler's in this What If, so. As you know, he's in, I'm just saying he's from Universe 13 because he's not canon in DBZ at all, so I'm putting him in here, so there's that. So, as you know, he's been doing his work for his father, King Cole. Frieza is not in this universe. So I'm saying King Cole only had one son, and that was Cooler. So, you know, he never really. Yeah, that was his choice. So, you know, let's continue. As he's going through, you know, his conquests, as he's in his, you know, final form, before he got all armored up. So it's basically he's in Frieza's sorry. Cooler's base form from now on will be Frieza's final form. So, there's that. So that's where he always degrades to. He doesn't degrade any further than that. Because, it's a waste of time, he thinks. So, there's a little information there. So, well, we're already at 20 minutes. So we got to get this moving. I would like to get, some part out of his way. So, as he's with his Cooler core, I'm not really, doesn't really matter. As they've been, Cooler's like, as he's had enough of, of following his father around. As he's like, get all the men together. It's time to visit my father. As Cooler, flies off. As Cooler, King Cole is in his throne room. Ah, son, what brings you here? Do you have a problem? As Cooler smiles, no, father. I just, see how you're doing. The missions have been going well. As, he tells his father, it's very good. So this is just a social visit? Is it just a social gathering? I'm just changing up their personalities. He said, yeah, father. As several of the guards get taken out by, Cooler's men. As, what are you doing, son? As, Frieza keeps, not Frieza, Cooler smiles. Oh, nothing. Just, what would you say, something snarky, like, I don't know. Okay, I guess I'll do this. It was old and it was new. Something around those lines. As he death beams his father in the head as, he dies on the floor. As he's still in a chair, as he, throws him off the throne. As he sits down. Gather everyone's still alive. Now, send me, the intercom over the whole planet. And she's like, yes, Cooler. King Cooler. Yes, King Cooler. Good. Hello, subjects. Unfortunately, King Cole, former King Cole, has died out of nowhere. No, let's do this. He was assassinated by a bunch of Saiyans, as by some unfilthy monkeys, as he's referring to the Saiyans. Apparently, our arrangement with them, they had a peaceful arrangement, but not anymore after this. Apparently, they didn't like it, so they wanted to take out our leader. From this day forward, I'll be taking full command of the Frieza, the army. Now, the army, as he's like, Cooler army. The Cooler, yeah. So anyways, he's gonna, whatever, it doesn't really matter. As he turns it off, he's like, things are moving along better than I thought. As he's just happy, as, Now we cut to, Earth, as it progressed, as, she's fast forwarding time to, there we go. This would be the perfect time. As, she's studying them. And she's like, these humans are quite brutal. This is before Quarks. So, it's, Quarks are about to happen pretty soon here. So, as she's thinking of she's thinking of idea. And she's like, haha. As, she's, idea popped up. As, there's that. As she teleports above the city, so is Anubis. It's like, teacher, what are we doing here? As he's like, it's simple. I'm going to give these mortals a little gift. As, she says something in ancient, she says something as, she taps the staff downwards even though there's no ground because they're up in air floating. And she hits the staff and there's like a little shock wave. Happens all around, the world. As, they can't see it, but someone that could sense Kai, or, no, never mind. They, scratch that. They can't see it because she's using Divine Kai, so she's, using God Kai, so they won't be able to sense anything, so, it's not visible, but it goes around the whole planet. As they go into, they go into one of the buildings. As they're, the rest of the humans can't see them. It's like, Master, teacher, what are we doing here exactly? This watch. As the burst of the first quark user comes out, as the little baby was, it glows. As she's like, huh, good. Things have been moving along well. As they teleport out, as like, what's the plan? Alright, I guess I could tell you. And she's like, it's simple. I'm gonna use the humans they so badly want to protect to use one of them to destroy them, of course. The one creature that they protected will come back and kill them all. As she's like, I could do that. As she's like, she, silenced him with her staff, hit him in the head. No, you can't. You're not strong enough. We've already witnessed that firsthand. But this will be different. This time we won't lose. And it's like, so what? You want me to train one of these humans? Yes and no. We're going to, I need to meet someone. As, they disappear away to Cooler's, kingdom, his throne room, as he's sitting there. The time progresses where he's got the Saiyans evacuated their planet and split off to different sectors to hide because Cooler made a very well impact on their planet as he destroyed it. So they got off. As soon as, they saw when they sensed Cooler's energy, they book it. They, evacuate the planet, and Cooler destroyed it, regardless if there was anyone on it. So they're in hiding. So I might implement a Saiyan in here. Maybe somehow down the story. Let's continue. As, let me pause it for a second. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm back. As they appear in front of, in the middle of the throne room, as Cooler sees who it is, as he gets off his throne room and, bends down in respect. Lord Anubis, what can I do for you, sir? As Anubis smiles. At least one of you have the proper, show of respect. As the angel, hi, Cooler. I am... Cooler's like, I know who you are. Ma'am, what can I do for you two? Anything you ask, I'll do. As he knows his, he's cringing, but he has to because he just want to get eradicated. And it's like, good. Please stand up. As he's like, can we go somewhere more private to talk? As they go to a sitting room. As he's what do you need? As he offered tea. That's what Yuna likes to do. Likes to drink tea from different universes, so there's that. So she's like, yes. Well, I have a future plan going on at the moment, and I need your assistance. What do you need? I'll do it, as he's like, very well. I need you to go to this sector, this time, this sector, this time, this year, and kidnap one of the women on that planet. The one that most likely piques your interest. No, say, find someone with a telekinesis ability. She was about to say, quark, but, she stopped herself because he doesn't know what quarks are. And she's like, the humans can't do that. Oh, they will. Trust me. Just do what I say. And what else, ma'am? As she lists off equipment, once you have her, begin the procedure immediately, and I'll be there to instruct you what's the next phase of the plan. As the years, we're time skip, as we cut to, Inko, as she's, a vigilante. She didn't like how UA did things. A lot of, red tape. Can't do certain things, and it was hassle, so she dropped out in the middle of her last year. In this one, same thing with others. UA's until high school. So there's that. So, as she begins doing her vigilante work, as, All Might's chasing after her, she's like, stop, villain. Stop, vigilante. As she hurls, picks up a dumpster, as she hurls it at, All Might. As she, she saw a sewer vent, as she popped the lid off with her telekinesis and jumped through, and as soon as she landed inside the pit, the top hit the ground. As she goes through the sewers, as All Might crushes through, as he's on her heels. As she saw pipes, as she throws them at All Might, as he crushes them. As she finally gets out of the sewer system, as she starts running, and several other heroes chase tail. She's like, damn it. Goddamn squares. As she, this is where Cooler is on the planet watching this. As he came across this, he's like, huh, interesting. So so for what I've researched and noticed, they call these abilities quirks. Everyone has their own. Don't know how that's possible, but it's interesting. As he admired, he's interested in Inko. As she's like, hers is interesting. It's closer to my race abilities in telekinesis. As and Yuna wants a telekinesis quirk, so telekinesis power. So that's the best bet. As he just walks out, as he disappears. As he's he's looking above the city. As he's looking over the city, spotting where the area where he's sensing where Inko is. As All Might has her cornered in a dead alley, it's like, stop there, vigilante. You're coming with me. Stop making this difficult. I wish not to hurt you. As there's that. I know I suck at that, but as he's like, I wish not to hurt you. Yeah, she's like, she doesn't know what to do. As she's kind of panicking a little bit. As suddenly a blast. As suddenly All Might gets thrown back. He's like, he's facing, Inko, and Inko's laying against the wall. As, a tail wraps around, All Might's neck. And he's like, what the? as you know, he's lifted up in the air as Cooler, you know, throws him. As several of Cooler's men, that's her. As she, you know, doesn't know what to do. As you know, they throw dart, you know, they throw some tranquilizer at her. As she's like, carry her and bring her back. Yes, um, yes, yes, King Cooler. As he's like, as he flies off, as you know, All Might doesn't know what he got knocked out pretty hard, so you know he's down for. Oh, and before we leave, shoot that man a couple more times. I don't like him, as you know, he shoots you know All Might with a bunch of tranquilizers while he was in sleep. He doesn't care. As he's like, monkey. As you know, he goes off. As he gets you know on his ship. As he, you know, contacts Yuna's already there. As she's like, and Anubis. As she's, as, you know, he bends down. Master, you know, Sire, or whatever they call it, deity. Anubis and, you know, Yuna. I have, you know, I captured what you wanted. As, you know, she's like, yes, I was observing. She is a very interesting find. I knew you had the, I knew you had a keen eye to gather, to spot talent. And she's like, let's, as you know, she tells him to change directions to the laboratory, where they're going. As he's like, yes. As Inko, you know, looks like Inko. And she's like, my apologies, dear, but I have, you know, but payback, you know, revenge is far more. Sorry about this, nothing personal. As she, you know, she's telling her when she's unconscious, you know, just talking, whatever. There's nothing personal, human, mortal, but as you know, she sighs as she's like, as she stops what she's saying because she doesn't, you know, she doesn't know how to come up with the words because you know she hates humans, but you know they do have their qualities. It's a struggle with her, but you know she mostly wants to kill them, so you know that outweighs everything else. So you know there's a she doesn't. She's having an issue a little bit issue with this because she's a mother as well. So what she's about to do, you know, it hurts whatever you know nice side she has. So you know there's that. So as they, you know they gather, you know, Inko as they keep her sedated as she goes over the plan, what's going to happen. As it's all like a lot of equipment that Cooler's not familiar with. It's genetic stuff and, you know, some, you know, birth machines, you know, type of stuff like that. As Cooler's like, what is this? It's simple. We're going to create a new life form. As Cooler's like, what do you mean? It's simple, Cooler. Using your DNA and Inko's here, and a tad bit of my own, we're going to create the perfect killing machine. Or fighter. What do you like to call it? As Cooler's like, how that would even work, even if, you know, even if it was possible. As he's like, it's simple. We're going to use the woman over there as the basis of the life form, of the DNA spectra. We're just going to be adding some of our DNA in the genome. I know. Look at me, he's talking all smart. But, you know, sorry, guys. As they do that, as Cooler, you know, agrees, well, unluckily, but as, you know, they go through the process, as, you know, the time, has progressed as Inko wakes up, as she's freaking out. As, Anubis is not here. She sent him off because she would scare Inko half to death. So, as, Cooler and, walks in to the area where she's housed on the bed, like a medical bed. It's a medical room. And she's like, "Where am I? Who are you?" And she's freaking out because she doesn't know what's going on. As Yuna is like, calm down, mortal." And she's like, "I gotta be nice." And she's like faking to be nice to a human. And she's like, "Dear, it's all right." As Cooler steps up, it's like, "I saved you from the current. Do you remember?" And she's like, "Yeah, you were the guy with the mutation quirk." As he says, he kind of smiles. "No, not really, but it doesn't matter. I, I saved you from, the current situation you are. Don't worry, we're not going to hurt you." As she helps, he gives Inko something to drink. As to gain her trust a little bit. As Yuna's like, I don't have much time, so I'm gonna get this. I must, give you it straight. For saving, your species, let me introduce myself. I'm the angel of this universe. And she's like, "This universe, what do you mean?" As she explains what her is and what the god instructions are and all that. As she's kind of blown out about it. She doesn't want to believe it, but there's a freaking alien right there. And Cooler here is not human. It's not a quirk, if you're thinking that Inko. And she's talking in her mind. And she's like, as she's shocked. And she's like, "All right." As she's feeling a little sick. As she has morning sickness. Let's say when she was knocked out, time passed. As she doesn't feel well. And she's like, "What's going on?" "Oh, I believe that is what you humans call morning sickness." And she's like, "What do you mean?" As she's kind of she's kind of mad about what they did. And she's like, "You did what?" "Yes, according to to my personal plans, that child you're carrying is a key asset that I would like to protect and nurture." As she's weirded out by this. She's like, "I'd rather die." And as puts her to sleep. Oh, that's fine enough. As the time progresses, as she's going through labor. As Inko gives birth to the hybrid. I guess we call it. It's a mixture between a human, frost race, and an angel. So he'll be able to use his key is straight up God key, like destruction, angel key, or whatever. I forget what it's called, but the key that the angels use, that he's able to do. So there's that. So a little baby's born. As Inko's still not talking to him. She refuses to talk to him. As Cooler's getting a little irritated at the gall of this human. Not talk to, the king. And, he's, but, there's that. As she, the staff there hands her the baby. As she, she instantly, falls in, she adores her baby, even though she was forced to give birth. As we cut to, Anubis. and she's watching her through her staff, and she's like, "Good. The first step is completed. Teacher, wouldn't it be possible? Would it be easier just to kill the woman? No, no, no. No, the boy needs a stable, somewhat stable life. She's just making sure, the kid's not going to be like Frieza, but, have a stable. It's good for the boy to have a little bit of a good influence, a little bit. I read the Mortal's Memories. I have no doubt that Mortal will raise that boy right, raise him the correct way. And with Cooler's influence, this is going to be quite a fascinating show. As she's smiling, we're going to cut it there. Yeah, we're past my limit. So I hope you guys have a good night and day, judging my time zones. And Slime will be put out later tonight. So there's that. All right, catch you guys later. Bye.